I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business trainer, author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner, and Food Truck 201, Get Off the Truck. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. Last week, I started going over Food Truck 101, going through each of the different chapters to give you guys a little bit of a teaser for the audiobook version that's coming out later this fall. And then also just to give people an idea of what they should be doing as they get ready to open their business. So today we're going to be on chapter number 7, which is about marketing. First thing I want to say about this is marketing starts the second you commit money to your business. So whether it's you just bought a food trailer that's used or you put a down payment on one that's going to be built for you, that's when your marketing starts. Yes, I know you haven't been licensed. Yes, I know you haven't gotten anything else done. But the moment that you commit to the business and you spend actual money on it, you got to build your marketing plan and get that going. Now, there's 2 types of marketing that I really want to concentrate on. Today, we're talking about marketing in the streets. That's the title of chapter number 7. And that's going to be more physical things that you're going to do with your particular business. And I want you to understand the basics on what marketing is. Chapter number 8 is all about social media. So today we'll dabble in social media a little bit, but it's going to be more about the physical marketing. So the first thing is you want to understand that your menu that we talked about in chapter number 2 also probably helps to dictate what you're going to be doing with some of your marketing, some of your physical marketing. The 3rd chapter was about partners. Some of those partners would have been perhaps a local bakery or a local butcher shop or farms in your area that are producing some of the foods you're going to be selling. What you can do is called cross-promotion. And I touched on that briefly in those other chapters. But in marketing, what cross-promotion is you're talking about a different product or a different business other than your own, and you're helping to promote them while they also hopefully are helping to promote you. So you have a farm, for instance, you may be able to brag about on all of your menus and even perhaps your social media that, hey, I proudly serve this particular produce that is bought here locally from XYZ farm. Or if you use a bakery, same deal. I use these delicious brioche buns that are baked here locally by XYZ baker. Or same deal with the meat products. You would promote that. And then in their particular shops or storefronts, they would be promoting you. You could even have perhaps coupons there for them to come and check you out, some type of discount program, whatever it is to get people that are in those particular shops that love the food already, going, hey, I would love to have somebody else prepare it. Let me go see how it is when this food truck does it. And they come to you. That's cross-promotion. Definitely want to do that if you're using anything that's local. Basically, you're also borrowing the credibility and the reputation of those other businesses. You might want to consider all of your social media and whatever's popular in your area. At the very minimum, I recommend Facebook and Instagram because those 2 are tied together. They're easy to cross-post on either one of those 2 particular platforms, and you got to have something. Now, your area may have a lot of college aides that would be coming to spend money at your food truck. You might be on Snapchat or you might be on TikTok, but definitely get on at least the 2, Facebook and Instagram, and then work on the others that are popular in your area. You got to get people knowing that you're there. That's social media. Now, let's talk about some physical things that you can do. Some of these are old school, but they work. One of them is called a bounce back coupon. And what that is when someone comes to your food truck or food trailer today, you have some pre-printed coupons that may say, buy something, get something free, or 10% off, or free drink with an order of a sandwich. Whatever that particular coupon is for, you're going to put that in their hand for them to use on a future visit. So you're basically having them bounce back because of that invitation that you gave them in the form of a coupon. You want to print up flyers to go in break rooms and local offices, anywhere that employees would be gathering, ask the managers or the owners of the business, hey, can I post this up? Let them know that we are near to this particular business and we can offer the employees discounts or something along that nature, or get a little tear off thing and say, here, bring this back and we'll give you a free dessert, free bag of chips or whatever. Amazingly, radio is one of the things that you can do with a food truck that a lot of people tend to ignore because they don't think that they can afford it. A lot of smaller radio stations will do the, call in and be caller number 10 and we'll give you something. So how one of those radio contests work is you sponsor the contest. You offer the prize, for instance. We will give somebody, say, a Super Bowl party. I did that one year, and it was up to $300 worth of food at retail, which is only going to be about $75 to $100 in my cost. So for $75 to $100 worth of my cost, the radio station would advertise that, be the 10th caller now, get your name in for the drawing for the Super Bowl party, $300 worth of food for you and your friends. And it sounds like a whole bunch of food. And then people will call in and have their name added to that particular contest. And then what ends up happening is you get your name mentioned several times throughout the day because they're notifying people, hey, we're going to be doing our contest here in the next 10 minutes. Don't forget it's all for, the food truck food. So you get those mentions. So people are hearing your name repetitively, and it does help. There have been times when I just randomly set up where a radio station was, and we went in and provided food for the DJ and set up on the parking lot of a car dealership. It was not planned. It just happened. I knew the car dealership and I knew the radio DJ, so it worked out perfectly. So we pull up, feed the DJ who's just ranting and raving about how awesome our food is, and I'll thank you for bringing me lunch. And the owner of the car lot said, yeah, you can go ahead and park, no big deal. And because of that little bit of advertisement, we were actually quite busy that day. And that was just an unplanned event. So there are things you can do that think outside of the box of, I just got to set up somewhere and cross my fingers and hope people are going to show up. Marketing also includes, believe it or not, your signage, your wraps, your flags, decals, lights to draw attention. All of those things are ways of getting people to notice you, which is all marketing is, getting people to notice your business. Now, it's up to you once they come to your business to encourage them to come back with fast service and great food. But that initial first-time visit is coming off of your physical marketing and perhaps even your social media marketing. Now, when you're choosing your flags or your wraps, for instance, make sure that they represent what you sell. Just grabbing an open flag doesn't necessarily mean people are going to come over just because they see it says open. They would much rather come over if it says tacos or hot dogs or hamburgers, because now they have an idea of what they're going to be being able to eat when they walk over or drive over to the food truck. Think in terms of what you're going to wrap your trailer or your truck with. If you're going to use food, make sure that the photos represent your food and will not look ugly when your wrap starts to fade, which is entirely possible. And then also remember, if you put something on your wrap, you're pretty well obligated to make sure you have it all the time. There are other things that you can do that are physical marketing, for example, community involvement. So one of the things that I talk about a lot in the book, quality, service, cleanliness. And then the fourth letter of that is another C. So it's QSCC, and that last C stands for community or community involvement. Basically, what you're going to be doing is things that help your community, that demonstrate that you're a part of the community, not just elites there trying to sell stuff. You're going to get involved with fundraisers. You're going to get involved with worthwhile causes, worthwhile charities that are going to cross-promote you again so that you can say, I proudly support this particular charity, and then hopefully they will do the same on all of their printed advertisements. This is how you gain more people come into your business that perhaps don't already know you. Community involvement also gives you the opportunity to show off when you hand that check for $500 or whatever, and you make that a big photo opportunity. But there are things that you can do to get yourself involved in the community that are worthwhile for the community. My very first thing I ever did with a food trailer was a community involvement event. It was called Trash and Treasures, where they collected up a whole bunch of donations from around the city, put them in an armory gym, and then basically had a yard sale. And all the money went towards a charity. So I set up in front of the National Guard Armory Gymnasium and sold hot dogs, and I sold a bunch. And then, of course, donated some of the profits to the event, as well as paid for all the food and paid for all of the employees that were there helping me as well. Now, you guys may know that I worked for Wendy's International a long time ago and had an opportunity to meet Dave Thomas and have him give me some tips over the years. One of the things that Dave Thomas talks about is marketing. It's actually a before marketing tip. He told us it was pointless to do marketing because all marketing is an invitation to please come eat my food. It's pointless for you to invite people if you're not ready. And what he means is the place has got to be clean. The food has got to be stellar. The employees have got to be able to deliver on that promise of the food being great. But then also the facility has to look inviting. So your wrap has to be good. It has to be clean. Because see, there's a difference in old and worn out and old and worn out and dirty. Old and worn out just means that you've been busy. There's nothing wrong with having an old, worn out trailer if it's clean. If people can tell that you take pride in what you do. But if it's old, worn out, and dirty, they're never, ever coming back. So Dave Thomas stressed to us, get the restaurants in order before you start marketing. And we would paint stuff and shine stuff and make everything look good. And then we would make sure the crew was trained well enough to provide that promise of quick service. Now I'm going to give you guys one last tip, and I'll end this particular one, and that's how to steal the marketing dollars of your competitors. One of the things that you can do when the competitors, whether it be a restaurant or a food truck, if they put out anything physical, you can offer to use that particular coupon in whatever method that you can that makes sense for your business. So if you have a competitor that's offering collect 10 sandwich purchases and we'll give you the 11th one free. So what you can do is say, hey, if you got that punch card, I'll gladly take it off your hands and I'll give you one of mine with a couple of extra free punches on it. So if they've got one that's, say, halfway filled up, you go ahead and fill up one of yours, give them a couple extra punches, and say, come on back. We'll get you taken care of quicker. What that does is it gets a coupon for a competitor out of their hands so they're not enticed to go back there. And then you hopefully can win a repeat guest. Same with any other kind of coupon. If they're doing, free chip with a drink or free chip with a sandwich and drink purchase, not a problem. You can match that. No issues if you have a similar product. The idea, again, is to get their coupons, the competitors' coupons, out of your guests' hands. Tomorrow, we will be talking about social media. So these two chapters kind of go hand in hand, but social media is its own thing. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.